Your TV's continuing coverage of Chatham-Kent Cougar football. Bantam action this afternoon. Mike Renier doing some solo work today high above the field at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. We will get some football in today on a stormy first half of the weekend. Much better weather here today, and they're taking on the Waterloo Predators. Predators winning the coin toss. They will get the football second half. Cougars having to start off the first half, and they hang on to it around the 48-yard line. 0-1 for the Cougars in the Bantam division coming into today's game. Looking to even that up. And a rough start for Waterloo. They're 0-2 on the road here today. Pee Wee division winning earlier on today on this field. Rough doubleheader yesterday. Not in terms of the score, but in terms of the weather, as the junior varsity squad didn't even see the field, as thunder, lightning persisted for far too long, so they had to cancel that one. The varsity's not much better, only seeing a handful of minutes before that one was scrubbed too against the Sault Ste. Marie squad. Predators keep it on the ground, not much gain at all. Up the middle on 1st and 10. Carry there was Ben Church. And Church lucky to get a yard on 1st and 10, so that brings up second down and about 9 here for the Cougars. Second down once again. They elect to hand it off to Church, who sneaks off to that left-hand side, trying to find a seam. And he easily crosses the 50-yard line, but well short of first down yardage. Picks up close to 5 on that run. And third down and medium yardage coming up here with just over a minute gone in the first quarter. And an injury timeout along the far side. Good to see Aiden Ryu get up and head to the sidelines on his own. So he's shaken up on that play, but he'll head off for a little bit. And hopefully we'll see Ryu before too long. 10:53 to go in the quarter. First possession of the football game going to the Cougars. They've made it to close to midfield. Key play here for the Cougars. From the 52 as they hand it off once again. And not a lot of room as Jackson Henderson had that assignment, as he pretty much gets right back to the line of scrimmage, maybe even a yard drop on that play for Henderson. So now 4th down and about 6 coming up here for the Cougars. Not much choice but for the Cougars to punt it away. In the Bantam division, I guess that's not often seen, but a low snap, and now it gets behind the punter. Broken play, and this is going to be very beneficial for Waterloo as they will take over the football on the Cougars' 35-yard line after a botched snap. Goes past everybody. And now Waterloo will certainly take that as they bring their 0-2 record into this football game. They will go to offense for the first time this afternoon with 9:49 to go in the first quarter in a scoreless game. So the Predators' defense coming up large for their first go-around this afternoon, and on special teams, they're able to take the football deep in the Cougar territory due to that botched snap. So here they go to work on offense. On 1st and 10, they will go to the air along that far side, and that one sails 5 yards over the head of the intended receiver. Jackson Woodland, the quarterback for Waterloo. Second and 10 now for Waterloo. Quarterback Woodland once again out of the shotgun formation. He gets the snap now. He hands it off. Little seam along the near side. Some yards for the running back, Luangraj. And he picks up some good yards on 2nd and 10, getting close to 7 yards in the pickup. Past the 30-yard line, 3rd down and some short yardage here for Waterloo. Good field position. 8:45 to go in the first quarter. We're still scoreless. Waterloo driving down the field. Now a low snap, and it's whistled down. As that football was dead, so it's going to be 4th down after a couple of yards of a drop there for Waterloo. So Cougar defense able to stand tall there. It's certainly aided by that miscue offensively for Waterloo. So now on 4th and fairly long, 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Looks like they're going to boot it away, and this time they get it off. A line drive kick and a good one. Very deep in Cougar territory. It is picked up along the near side, trying to find an avenue along the near side, but only to around the 15-yard line. It's picked up by the Cougars, and they will go back to offense. Brendan Norman Kerr on the return. And both teams with the football once. We're still scoreless with 7:48 to go in quarter number 1 of this Bantam Division matchup this afternoon. Good weather for football today. Complete 180 from yesterday. Cougars back to offense. They've got some work to do. Lots of field ahead of them. In a scoreless tie, little pitch off to that left-hand side, trying to find a seam, and stopped by Waterloo as he was turning the corner. Still good for about a pickup of maybe 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 to go as the ball comes up to around the 18-yard line. Under 7 to go in the first quarter. Quarterback pitches it off to the near side, and a whole bunch of Waterloo jerseys. Nowhere to go for Jackson Henderson, who took the football. And it comes backwards by quite a few yards, so 3rd and very long coming up. As the ball is around the 10-yard line now. 6.5 to play. And both offenses taking some time getting going here and finding a groove this afternoon. Good read on the D for Waterloo. Henderson without a chance on that one. So 3rd down and a long way here for Chatham-Kent, deep in their own zone. From the 10, they've got to get to around the 25 to move the chains. And on the ground, they keep it up the middle. Again, nowhere to go. Good frontline stop there for Waterloo. So 4th and about 15 or so, maybe more than that. 4th and very long. Pinned down deep are the Cougars. 5:45 left to go in the first quarter. The Cougars look to boot it away. This time it is a very, very good punt and a Cougar bounce way past the 40-yard line. Picked up by Waterloo. A little stutter step and bringing his man down. Good job by the Cougars. Ben Church. Desmond McCletchy on the return, really not getting many yards at all. And a good punt and good special teams coverage there for the Cougars. So after a couple of stalled drives offensively, Back to work on offense goes Waterloo. They'll take over at around the 37-yard line. All things considered, not a bad situation for the Cougars, who were pinned down deep in their own end. 5:26 to go in the first quarter. We're still looking for the game's first points so far. Nice afternoon here in Chatham-Kent. And now flags, 3 of them at least, come flying out right as the ball gets snapped.
Procedure against Waterloo be 1st and 15.
So early movement by Waterloo. That'll back up the football 5 yards. First and 15, they elect to hand it off. Cutting into the inside, running back there once again, Lewengraj for Waterloo. And he gets close to the original line of scrimmage. Actually right back to it, so a 5-yard pickup on 1st and 15. Second down for the Preds. Once again, they go back to that same setup there, running back along that far side, trying to turn the corner by the Cougars sideline, still on his feet, and finally he gets taken down. And out of bounds right by the Cougars sideline, and he gets enough yardage to move the chains. Good pickup on 2nd down and 10. And another set of downs here for Waterloo, originally faced with a 1st and 15 situation. They overcome that with 3:44 to go. To the Cougars' 25-yard line. Quarterback's got it. He has a little throw off to the right-hand side. One tackle evaded, but not two, as Price with the reception. And good job by the Cougar D to read that one, as the receiver unable to get to that line of scrimmage, so he loses about 3 yards in that play. So good job by the Cougars on defense, setting up now a 2nd and 13. Once again, they hand it off to the running back going inside, get some room, and that's running back Drew Targos. And now 3rd down, and about 6.5 to go, maybe 7 yards for the first down. Woodland, the quarterback for Waterloo, waits for it, gets a fairly high snap, but able to pull it down, hands it off to the running back, has 7 yards to go to move the chains. And it looks like he gets enough. He gets about 8 on that pickup, just enough to again get a fresh set of downs. And methodically down the field, this offensive stretch for Waterloo, as they have made it now to just inside the 15, looks to be about the 13-yard line of the Cougars. Still looking to our first points of the afternoon, but so far a positive drive here for Waterloo as they look to get first blood here on the scoreboard. Under 90 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Woodland once again wastes no time to heads it off to the running back right up the middle, right up the gut, and a couple of Cougars able to bring him down. And a pickup of about 4 yards on first down. Seems to be working here this drive, going up the middle primarily for Waterloo. Under a minute to go in the first quarter, second down. Woodland once again goes to the well, keeps it on the ground. A little bit of a seam along the near side, and just short of the end zone is Waterloo, but able to get the first down. First and goal coming up here for the Predators. They are right on the doorstep at around the 1 yard line of the Cougars with 25 seconds to go. Very good running game this drive here for Waterloo, and very little reason to believe that anything else is going to change on this play. Trying to punch it in. Here's Woodland, able to hand it off once again. This time the running back is stymied by the Cougars. Great job by Ben Church to wrap him up. Lewengraj with the assignment on the ground for Waterloo, and he was stoned by Church. He's backed up a couple of yards, so second and goal. This will be the first or the final play of the first quarter. Another good defensive stand would be nice here for the Cougars. Still down deep in their own territory. Now they're going to go to the air. He's got a man, and now he fumbles it. The Cougars fall on it, and it's Chatham-Kent football. Oh, my, what a turn of events here. And again, Ben Church, one of the important cogs of the Cougar defense. He was right in that mix, and the Cougars get the football back. Not only did they not deny a touchdown or any kind of points for Waterloo, but they get the football back. A huge takeaway for Chatham-Kent right on the goal line doorstep. As the first quarter comes to an end, they change sides, and we are still scoreless. Start of quarter number 2. The good is that the Cougars take the football away. And now the daunting task is they've got the entire length of a football field in front of them offensively, right in the shadows of their goalpost. First and 10, Chatham-Kent as they look to run it out. And a little bit of room along this near side, heading towards the sideline. Still on his feet, takes a couple of Predators to knock him out of bounds, but a great job by Brennan Norman Kerr. And that is more than enough to move the chain. So right at the 1 yard line to start off in their own zone, very deep. A great run to give the Cougars a bit of room to breathe here. 30 seconds gone in quarter 2. And now the quarterback will keep this one on first and 10, trying to find another seam along that far side, using his wheels for another good pickup on first and 10. Norman Kerr, he's seeing it all, and he's seeing it well in the start of this second quarter as he picks up about 7 yards on that one, all himself, up to about the 21, close to the 22-yard line. Second and manageable for the Cougars as they keep it on the ground. And that should be enough to move the chains, and it is as he gets it past the 25-yard line. Now made official, it is a first down pickup for the Cougars, the 25. And now along the near side, the Cougars in some trouble. Nice little spin around. He gets around one would-be tackler. Can he do some more? Didn't do bad to get back to the line of scrimmage. Good job by the Cougars to get out of danger, get back to the line of scrimmage. And now second down and 10 coming up here for Chatham-Kent, still in a scoreless game. Even maybe picking up a half a yard. Crow with the football. Now he goes high in the air. He's got a man, and it's complete at midfield. What a big pickup by the Cougars. Right up to midfield. What a big reception, actually into Waterloo territory down to the 52-yard line. Good toss up there by Crow. See if this knocks the Cougars offense into gear here and get some more momentum. Crow once again gets the football, hands it off to the running back, trying to get now off to the near side. There's a flag on the play. Now two flags come out. And close to the 45-yard line is Church.
Holding against Chatham, be first and 20.
So the Cougars get the infraction, holding the call. They get the first down, but they've now got 20 yards to pick up, and the football comes back to the 48-yard line, back into Cougar territory. .7:35 to go. In the first half, we're still scoreless. Cougars now trying to bail themselves out of that 10-yard penalty. Crow waiting for the football at the 45. He gets it. And now he will hang on to it. He fakes the handoff, gets to midfield. And a pretty good pickup there on first down. About 7 yards on the quarterback's legs. So now second down and round 13 coming up now, right at midfield. Quarterback Crow looks downfield, looks like he might toss this one. Along that far side, does he have a man? And it falls incomplete. Didn't look like there were any Cougars in the general area. So fortunate that football hits the turf. And third down and long coming up here for Chatham-Kent. 3rd and 13.
Injured player on the field.
Now an injury timeout close to midfield. One of the Steven Sumblinski, the injured Waterloo Predator, is good news. He gets up under his own power and has no problem getting back to the sideline. So hopefully we'll see him back in the game soon. Third down here for the Cougars. Long way to go. 3rd and 13 right from midfield. Crow once again goes to the air along the near side. He's got a man. He's got a reception. And only about 2 yards on the pickup. Aiden Ryu with the reception. He gets into Waterloo territory, but only to about the 53-yard line. So now 4th down and about 11 coming up here. I think the 3rd overall punt in this football game coming up. Good snap. Punt is away, and not a lot of distance on this one as the football gets booted around past the 45-yard line. Flag comes out. I'm not sure the distance on that kick, but not a whole lot. Ball placed at the 45-yard line. And Waterloo will take over. Still in a scoreless game with 5:07 left until halftime.
There's no flag on the play. Waterloo will take over the ball at the ground.
Cougars once again, the Bantam level, 0-1 coming into today's contest. 0-2 are the Predators. So something we'll give here. Once again, it's left on the ground by Waterloo. Cut off to the left a little bit and a pickup of about 3 yards, maybe 4, as they get to the 49-yard line in their own territory. So about 2nd and 6 now coming up for the Waterloo Predators. And now the quarterback, Woodland, decides to keep it, and a big hit as he crosses the 50-yard line. Gets a couple of yards on 2nd down. 3rd down now coming up after maybe a 3-yard gain from what it appears to be. And about 2 yards left after that quarterback keeper. They're down and short, and now play whistled down. Timeout was called by the Cougars.
Chatham, their first timeout of the first half.
3:25 to go until halftime. Still a scoreless game. Timeout here for the Cougars. 3rd and short offensively for Waterloo. Third and 2 here for Waterloo. And now a whole bunch of early movement as they blow it dead. Who moved first? Some conversation going on now, too, after the whistle between the two clubs. That calms down. And they say Waterloo moves early, so a procedure against the Preds. Cougars will take that. 3rd down. About 7 coming up here for Waterloo. 3:25 to go in the first half. They move the football back to the 48-yard line of the Predators. High snap brought down, and now they go to the air on third down. Jump ball. It's intercepted by the Cougars. Hauling that one in. INT. Nathan Holdaway with the interception. And another takeaway for the Cougars late in the quarter. 2:54 left to go in this second frame, and a big takeaway. Good interception there for the Cougars. Nathan Holdaway takes it away. And Chatham-Kent will have the football now at their own 48-yard line as we're at the 3-minute warning. First and 10 back on offense. The Cougars, they cross the 50-yard line. Good job as the running back gets almost to midfield. Ben Church with some powerful legs as he keeps churning all the way up to close to midfield. So a good gain on first and 10. And now a flag.
On the field, defense.
Flag comes out.
Penalty, make it first and 10.
Against the Predators, so things going the Cougars' way right now. This will bring the football to the 52-yard line. Good run by Church and too many men against the Predators. So the Cougars still have a world of time left to work with in this first half. From the 52. They hand it off once again. Church, and now Church loses the football as he gets to the 50-yard line.
Chatham recovers.
And luckily, the Cougars able to still hop onto it. It was Aiden Ryu who was able to hop on the football and keep it in the hands of the Cougars. Second and 9 here for Chatham-Kent. 2:10 and counting left in the first half. They pitch it off to that far side, and now a big hit along that far side, right by the line of scrimmage once again, so no real gain on that last play. On the ground for the Cougars and Jackson Henderson. .148 to go in the second quarter. Third down. Quarterback keeps it, rolls off to his left. He's going to do everything himself. He crosses the 50-yard line, but gets wrapped up around the 48. So still plenty shy of the first down. We'll bring up fourth down now for Chatham-Kent as they bring the football to close to the 47-yard line. After they talk it over, fourth down for the Cougars. They are going to go for it, trying to move the chains here, still in a scoreless football game. Quarterback now has to use his legs, and just as he hits the line of scrimmage, that was close to an INT, but dropped by Malachi Price of Waterloo. So no INT, however, they do turn it over back to Waterloo on downs. An unsuccessful go for it on fourth and 7. So the Cougars' offensive drive ends there, turns it back over to Waterloo, and they still have a chunk of time left to go until halftime. 1:11 remaining in the second quarter. Jackson Woodland and company back to work offensively for Waterloo. They go to the air, and that one falls to the turf right at midfield. Intended for Cleary. Gabriel Cleary had it fall at his feet. Second and 10 for Waterloo, down to 1:08 to go in the half. Woodland has it once again, surveys the field. He gets shot, and another, close to an INT. The Cougars had another takeaway, but dropped at last moment. So very close. It will go in the books as an incomplete pass. I believe Maddox Stewart was so very close to that interception there. Just couldn't hang on. So 3rd and 10 now for Waterloo. And now quarterback loses the snap, couldn't hang on to it. He has to fall on it. And everything going the way of the Cougars on that defensive go-around there. Quarterback Jackson Woodland just could not hang on to that snap cleanly. He elects to fall on it. 4th down and a whole pile of yards here now for Waterloo. 61 seconds until halftime. Kick is high. It's a good one. And now it's fumbled by the Cougars, but they do recover past the 50-yard line. And we'll have the football. Again, some tense, nervous times there for Chatham-Kent, but they hang with it. 46 seconds remaining for now the Cougars on offense to do something and try and put any kind of points on the board in this football game as we're still at zeros late in this second half. Both sides have seen offensive drives look promising for a little bit, just to stall at the end. Whether it be due to just 3rd and 4th down trouble or, in some cases, turnovers. Cougars trying to break that stretch here as we head towards halftime. They hand it off up the middle to midfield. And that second effort past midfield to around the 48-yard line in the Waterloo zone. So nice second effort there up the middle for the Cougars. And you get some nice first down yardage on the ground. That'll bring up 2nd down and 5 now for Chatham-Kent. Clock winding again. It's 31 seconds until halftime. Crow gets the snap, now rolls off to his left, still looking down the field. Crow still with it, and he is met by a couple of Waterloo players, and he gets to the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd down. As Crow unable to find anybody open, and now Crow's down on one knee. As he gets wrapped up by a couple of defenders from Waterloo on that. 5 seconds remaining till halftime, so this will be it. In a so far scoreless first half of football, Bantams, the Cougars, and the Predators, each team looking for their first victory in this very young season.
You guys take good care of us.
One play till halftime. Here we are with Norman Kerr looking down the field, launches it up, and it is complete at the 30-yard line and hauled in. That is a nice exclamation point as we head into halftime. Unfortunately, there wasn't more free space between the receiver and the end zone. He was hauled in around the 20-yard line. So that's how the first half will come to an end. A scoreless tie between the Cougars and the Waterloo Predators in the Bantam as we await the second half. Cougars football on your TV. We are underway in the second half here for the Cougars and the Waterloo Predators. As the kickoff comes to the 50-yard line. Still scoreless between these two so far winless clubs. The Cougars coming in 0-1. And the Waterloo Predators 0-2 coming into this game here. Cougars able to keep it on offense here as we're underway in the third quarter. And they'll hand it off. Church has it as he crosses the 50-yard line. A flag comes out right at the 50.
Mouth guard warning against Waterloo. I believe it's number 8.
So that infraction against the Predators. Cougars bring the football up to the 48-yard line. Still looking for our first points here this afternoon. Norman Kerr backs up to midfield, lets it go in the air. He's got a man, and it is complete. Beauty pass play for the Cougars. And we'll see if that ignites the offense here. Underway in the third quarter. Nice toss by Norman Kerr as the football comes to the 25-yard line. This time they'll hand it up the middle, right into a pile of players. Bryce Bear, I believe, with the carry that time, number 25 for the Cougars. And he moves the football at least 3 yards, so second and about 7 coming up. Norman Kerr, he keeps it, going to the air once again, and he again has a receiver open, and a completed pass once again for the Cougars. Ashton Vink, 44. And the Cougars have something going here offensively on this first drive of the third quarter. Still a scoreless football game. Bantam division. Football close to the 10-yard line. Quarterback Norman Kerr once again waiting for the football. Gets it, keeps it, goes off to his right, and not a lot of room there as he's hauled down by Ruda, number 40 for Waterloo. Nathan Ruda with the tackle. And that football comes back a few yards. Close to a 5-yard drop, second down. Backed up to around their 15-yard line. 8:25 to go in the third quarter. Quarterback keeps it. Norman Kerr off to the right, has a little seam towards the end zone. He goes! Touchdown! Brennan Norman Kerr does it all himself. Finds an avenue down the right side and goes into the end zone. 6 points, and the scoreless tie has been broken. 6-0 Chatham-Kent. So we finally got some points on the board here midway through this third quarter. Great job, good vision by the quarterback, Norman Kerr. And Ashton Vink will try and expand this lead now with the point after. It is up, and it is good. 7-0 for the Cougars. A very good drive down the field for Chatham-Kent, so they have the lead now. Pretty efficient drive, less than 4 minutes down the field. And it gives Chatham-Kent a bit of a boost, looking for their first victory of this Bantam season for 2019. Quarterback Norman Kerr scampers down the field himself for the major score, as he takes over in the QB position, as Jack Crow was a bit hobbled up in the second quarter. He went off to the sidelines. Norman Kerr takes over in that position for him. Hopefully Crow's okay, and we hope to see him back before too long. 7-0 Cougars as they'll kick it away. Vink kicks it away off to that far side. A short kick. And it's brought into Cougar territory, close to the 50-yard line, about the 52. So some good field position here for Waterloo now as they look to answer the bell. After a good drive offensively for the Cougars, have them up now in the third quarter. 8 minutes to go. Low snap, it's on the turf, and the quarterback able to fall forward on the ball, so Waterloo able to keep it, but they lose about 4 yards. A very low snap, and the quarterback Woodland able just to fall forward and keep possession. Cougars trying to keep some momentum going here. Great offensive series last time. Trying to keep that going on defense here. Second down. And about 13 now for Waterloo. They look down the field. Woodland now, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Lewingratch, number 4, along that far side. Well over his head. And that will bring up a third down and 13 situation now for Waterloo. Cougars fans here at home looking for another stand defensively here. And now a little fake off to the running back for Waterloo. Get some positive yards and some good yards on third down and long, but still well short of moving the chains. About a 7, maybe an 8-yard pickup.
9, 8, 7.
But an 8-yard pickup there on third down, but that still leaves a 4th and 5 here for Waterloo. Manageable, and they're going to be going for it here in Cougar territory. 46-yard line. Big play for both sides of the football here in a 7-0 Chatham-Kent lead. 4th and 6. Quarterback looking down the field. Big pressure, and it is intercepted by the Cougars. Still on his feet. 50-yard line and more. He's got some daylight. Flag is out all the way down and into the end zone, but there is a flag out on the field. Danny Vaughn.
Flag on the
Vaughn
play.
with a big INT. He bobbled it, he held on to it, and he separated himself from everybody else. Don't think this
50-50 number
quarter,
is
I don't think this
987,
touchdown's going to stand.
9396 on a blue ticket. 987-9396.
And now an injured Cougar in the end zone. So doubtful that that touchdown's going to stand. Likely the flag against Chatham-Kent, but the interception will stand, and the Cougars will get the football back. They've got that ball now at the 53-yard line as the injured Cougar is tended to in the end zone. So the injured Cougar is now up and walking off to the sideline. Caden Jefferson, as he was looked at for a couple of minutes by the Cougars training staff, but looks like Jefferson's just fine, and now he's heading off to the sidelines. Hope to see him back. Cougars take over on downs. The interception for a touchdown called back. As Danny Vaughn, it was quite impressive as he picks the ball off on that 4th down from Waterloo. Able to run down the field, but a penalty brings that one back. Cougars football nonetheless, as they now have it at the 54-yard line of Waterloo. Already coming off a touchdown drive in this third quarter. 7-0 Chatham-Kent, looking to do it again. Norman and Kerr hands it off to the running back, a whole pile of people as they go right into the Lions' den there. And not a big pickup at all on 1st and 10 for the Cougars. They get close to 2 yards. So 2nd and 8 coming up now here for Chatham-Kent. Second and 8, Norman and Kerr looks down the field off to his left, lets it go in a whole bunch of traffic, and he is picked off at the 50-yard line. A dangerous pass, and Waterloo makes him pay as they pick off that pass. And an INT for Johnny Spaltor, number 23. And the football goes right back to Waterloo now. Fair number of turnovers for both sides in this football game. 4:24 to go in quarter number 3. First and 10 for Waterloo. Complete pass past midfield. Held on to by Malachi Price. He's brought down right at midfield. After a pickup of 6 yards. 2nd down and 4 coming up here for Waterloo. down the field. And now another jump ball, and it is almost intercepted by the Cougars. They almost had another turn as Trayvon Smith was right there. Just couldn't hang on to that one. He also might have been away to the races if he was able to hang on to that one downfield. But that point is moot as he has it fallen to the turf. So now 3rd down and 4 for Waterloo. Football at the 54 of Chatham-Kent. 7-0 Cougars, 3.5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Low snap, gets past the quarterback, and there was no choice but Woodland. He has to go back, fall on it, keep possession. And 4th down and about 12 coming up, so a personnel change, and they will kick it away. So a big break there for Chatham-Kent as they turned the football over a couple of minutes ago on the INT. And now are poised to get it back as the Predators will kick it away. They'll punt it with 3:15 to go. Quarter 3, another high snap, but the kick is away. High end over end, multi-bouncer to the 37-yard line, picked up by the Cougars. Ran back to the 45. It's loose, and back to Waterloo once again. As 40 Nathan Ruda was right there to hop on it. So a decent run back for Chatham-Kent. All goes for naught as it comes loose. And Ruda falls on it for Waterloo, and the Predators are right back to it offensively with 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. World of turnovers continues in this football game. Back to work offensively, Waterloo from the 50-yard line. And up the middle for Waterloo, number 84, Kyle Fernandez. And Fernandez picks up about 3. Maybe only 2. So 2nd and 8 coming up here for Waterloo. Back-to-back turnovers here for the Cougars, giving the Predators a whole world of opportunity to get back on even terms in this game. Now some room to move along this near side offensively for Waterloo. A big tackle before the first down yard marker was achieved as Fernandez had the assignment once again. So Kyle Fernandez has the 7.5 yards on this series. 8 yards in 2 plays. So 3rd down and 2 coming up now for Waterloo. We're under 90 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And early movement. Lots of flags coming out.
Procedure Waterloo. That'll be 3rd and 7.
The Cougars get a break there. Procedure against Waterloo. Marches the football back to around the 47-yard line. Big stand here needed by the Cougars D. Other ideas if you're the Waterloo Predators on offense. Big 3rd down. Quarterback looking down the field, heaves it up along that far side. He's got a long stretch in front of him, lot of room to move. And a big gain here for Waterloo on 3rd and 7. Cougars wanting a flag. Not getting one, and the chains moved for the Predators. Big play offensively for Waterloo. They bring it all the way past the 30-yard line, marching down the field. Breeze picking up here in Chatham. 1st and 10 for Waterloo. They find a seam along the near side, trying to break around that corner. Good job, though, by the Cougars as they stand tall. Now did the football come loose? Handing the football over was Church. Trying to get the call here. All right, so it's still kept by the Waterloo Predators. Back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10 coming up. Second down for Waterloo. A bunch of people in front of the quarterback. Somehow he gets it up and a completion. Somehow coming down with it. The receiver for Waterloo looked like that was Malachi Price. In a whole sea of people down there, somehow he's able to leap above everyone else. And snatch it. As we have come to an end of the 3rd quarter in a good one. A tight affair here with the Cougars up 7-0 on the Waterloo Predators as we change sides at the end of the 3rd quarter, but still anybody's football game marching down the field. Trying to get back on even terms as Waterloo. End of 3. It's 7-0 for the Cougars. Start of the 4th quarter. Waterloo now deep in Cougar territory as they keep the football. Quarterback keeps it. Off to the right-hand side. And seeing a lot of touches here in this second half is Kyle Fernandez as of late, so they're relying on number 84. Fernandez picks up another 3 yards on that play. Right on the doorstep of the Cougars are the Waterloo Predators, down 7-0 to Chatham-Kent, and now a timeout, I believe.
Timeout Green, their first timeout of the second half.
Yes. Cougars will talk it over. Just 46 seconds into quarter number 4. And the Predators down the field, marching down the field quite quickly on this drive. Looking to even up this football game. Second down here off the timeout of the Cougars. Football still with Waterloo. In deep. They'll hand it off once again. Some room along that far side, but the Cougars coming up big. Wrapping up Lewingraj, number 4 for the Predators, as he had the assignment along that far side, but doesn't get a whole lot, so that'll bring up 3rd down now for Waterloo. Cougars need more of that D here, trying to protect a 7-0 lead. Still very early in this 4th quarter, 10:43 and counting left. Now the quarterback again will hand it off along that far side, and caught up to by the Cougars. Good job by Chatham's number 22. Wrapping him up. That is Brennan Norman Kerr doing some great things on both sides of the football. And a big tackle there from Norman and Kerr. And this will bring up a 4th down. Waterloo still looking for that end zone. And a big play for both sides here. Last couple of plays on D for the Cougars have gone very, very well. They'll need one more of those to keep this lead intact. 7-0 Cougars. 4th down for Waterloo. And now early movement, and this one blown dead right away. You could hear the Waterloo coaching staff all the way across the field. Not happy with that. And that's actually going to be against the Cougars. That is quite disheartening for the Cougars as they get the flag. They had him down to 4th down. But now a fresh set of downs for Waterloo. Still looking to equalize this football game, maybe even more. We'll have to see. Now the ball doesn't come loose in that pile of players. Who has a football? Cougars football. They take it away. How do they find this magic with their back against the wall so many times in this game? Another takeaway for the Cougars right when Waterloo is poised to get a major score. Somehow the Cougars are able to get it back. And for now, they protect a 7-0 lead. Cougars will take it for sure, but Waterloo continues to shoot themselves in the foot, coughing up the ball deep in enemy territory. So Cougars by their own goal line. 1st and 10, Chatham-Kent. They look to push the pile as far as they can. And they go the wrong way, as they can't make it to the line of scrimmage. So now they are quite literally right up against the goal line here. 2nd down and about 12 or so. Big play here. The shadows of the end zone. 2nd down and 12. Norman Kerr along that far side trying to fight as many Waterloo Predators as he can. What a great job. And a big pickup, an important pickup, as he was right by his goal line. So on 2nd down and about 12, he is short of the first, but not too short. 3rd down and about 2 coming up. So a big 10-yard gain for the Cougars and Norman Kerr. Very important play there. Football comes to around the 11-yard line or thereabouts. 7.5 to go in the 4th quarter. Cougars still hanging on to a 7-0 lead. Third and short. And now it's hand off to the running back, trying to get around. Now the football comes loose once again, stripped and taken away by Waterloo. The turnover fest continues. On 3rd and short, Predators able to take that football away. And they're still very much into this football game. 7:02 to go in the 4th quarter. 7-0 Cougars. Nobody wants a sustained drive offensively, as turnovers are certainly the order of this second half. Waterloo on offense, a handoff to the running back, and clogging the hole quite quickly of the Cougars is Lewengrad with the assignment once again, but there's some penalties out there, at least 2 flags down. 3 flags from what I can see. Cougars get penalized here.
Chatham's declined. Chatham's penalized for 13 men on the field.
Another personnel issue here for the Cougars. Too many men out there.
The distance of the goal.
Giving the Predators a little bit more of a gift. Half the distance. And a first down for Waterloo. Deep in Cougar territory. First and goal. From the 5. Waterloo now hands it off right up the middle once again. And again, a good job by the front line of the Cougars D. Cougars D wants to do that a couple more times here. Second down. Clock continues to tick down. 6:10 remaining in the 4th. Cougars still clinging to a 7-0 lead. Now low snap off the turf, and now another handoff as the Cougars swarm once again. And again, it works quite well for the Cougars on D. Third down as the ball remains at that 5-yard line. And now a timeout called.
Timeout Waterloo.
As
of the second half.
Waterloo wants to talk this one over. Getting down to crunch time. 5:24 to go in the 4th quarter. 7-0 Cougars. Third and goal for Waterloo. Off the Waterloo timeout, back we go here. Third down for the Waterloo Predators. Down 7-0 to the Cougars. Football still at the 5-yard line. Couple of big stands defensively for the Cougars, back-to-back. Looking for more of that. And now looking down in the field. Now flags out, jump ball in the corner. It is caught and into the end zone for the touchdown.
There's a flag on the play.
Flag does come out. We will see if that affects the outcome of that play. But for the time being, they find the end zone to bring it to a 7-6 football game. Let's see what the flag says here. It is against the Cougars and, of course, declined, so the touchdown stands. Third and goal pass into the corner of the end zone. And here we go. They're going to go for a 2-point convert, and early movement as the flags come out. So Waterloo playing for the lead. And we'll do it again.
Offside Chatham. Retry for the 2.5.
So the Cougars jump. 7-6 lead, but we'll see for how long as Waterloo is trying for the 2. Time a factor with 5:18 to go in the 4th quarter.
No, it wasn't 84, it was 13. Run this way, run this way, run this way. Could be a run this way. Right here.
Going for two. On the ground, they keep it. And now another flag comes out, but the Cougars
Flag on the
stopped
play.
them from the end zone. As Loengrad had the ball, couldn't cross the goal line. Again, another flag comes out, though. And that one is against the Waterloo Predators. So that one declined, and the Cougars still maintain a 1-point lead at 7-6. Nervous times late in this fourth quarter.
Play was no good.
And the Cougars have a 1-point lead at 7-6. They will get the ball back after that touchdown, but the 2-point convert no good. But still plenty of time in this game. 5:18 to go. Well, as narrow as it is, the Cougars hang on to the lead 7-6 after that major score for Waterloo, but unable to convert the two. And now a little squib kick trying to catch the Cougars napping. Can't do it, though, as the Cougars now have the football, the 40-yard line and 35-yard line. What a great job to move the pile. And quite good field position. And for the Chatham-Kent Cougars, Brennan Norman and Kerr is all over the ball. He's made a couple of good defensive plays offensively at QB, and now able to run that football back off the kick. Giving the Cougars very good field position. There is an injured Waterloo Predator down by the 50. Cougars up by 1, 5:10 to go in the fourth. Injury time out of the 52-yard line. After the injury timeout, we're back at it. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. They have the football up by 1. Norman and Kerr with it. Flag comes out. And a very healthy gain for Norman and Kerr, but flag comes out about the 38-yard line. And as expected against the Cougars, a hold is the call.
Holding is Chatham. Bring up 1st and 20 from the 45.
4:43 to go in this fourth quarter. That backs the football up to the 44-yard line of the Cougars. Still hanging on by 1. That's a tough penalty to take if you are Chatham-Kent. As they go back 10 yards, they still do have first down. As the fan bases start to rally their squads here. Latter part of this fourth quarter. 1st and 20 for the Cougars. Quarterback Norman and Kerr, very low snap. He has to get it out of the turf. Now he scrambles on this broken play, loses the football, and able to pounce on it. But a mile away from certainly the original line of scrimmage. Back to close to midfield, 52-yard line, maybe 53-yard line of the Cougars. They have to get to the 25 for a first down, so a long, long way to go now. And this game still very, very far from being over. 7-6 Cougars, 3:45 and counting left in the fourth quarter. And now the Cougars will take a timeout. Off the timeout, the Cougars going to work here offensively. They've got the work cut out. 12 or 2 second down and a long, long way to go. I've got to get to the 25. Norman Kerr, the quarterback, looking down the field. He's going to keep it himself. He's got a room to move along the near side. He passes the 45 and gets wrestled down around the 42 and now has some words for a couple members of the defense of Waterloo. But a pretty sizable pickup on second down. Still a long way from the first down to the 42-yard line. Third down here with 3:15 to go. They've got to get the 25 to move the chains, nursing a 1-point lead from the 42. Third down. Norman Kerr. He rolls off to the right. He's going to keep it himself. Gets a couple of tackles off of his back, still with it, and finally wrapped up along that far side.
Warning.
So it will be fourth down, but still, comparatively speaking to about 2 minutes ago, it's a manageable fourth down, about 7 to go. As the football is just shy of the 30-yard line. Officially the 3-minute warning. 2:35 to go in this fourth quarter. Cougars up by 1. And a big fourth down here. 4th and 7. And Norman Kerr will hand it off. 4th and 7, and up the middle, a great run. Still on his feet, looking to get more yards. And how about that for the Cougars? Now a couple of flags come out after the play is over. Able to get first down yardage. Something that almost seemed impossible a couple of minutes ago when it was second down and forever. And it looks to be some extracurriculars after the play. Brings the flags out.
No say roughness.
Under 2 to go in this fourth quarter. What a huge run on 4th and 7 to move the chains for the Cougars. After the play was over, the flag's offset. Cougars still with it. And they keep it on the ground. And they pick up at least 2 yards on 1st and 10. So 2nd and 8 coming up now for the Cougars as they bring the ball to around the 14-yard line. .135, clock still in motion, 7-6 Cougars. Second down. And now the quarterback, Norman Kerr, keeps it. Trying to find a room along the corner, along that far side, along the right side. And he's still able to pick up a few more. Picks up close to 4 or 5 on that carry. And now third down coming up from about the 9-yard line. Clock still in motion, 1 minute to go in the fourth. Big third down here for the Cougars. From the 9-yard line. They will keep it on the ground, trying to march towards the end zone. And at least able to move the chains. And just shy of the big house. First down. 50 seconds to go for the Cougars, trying to seal this one. Trying to get their first victory of the 2019 campaign. And even up their record at 1-1. Waterloo coming in at 0-2 of this game on the road. And now they're going to talk this one over as Cougars have the timeout. First and goal, Chatham-Kent. 1 point lead. 28 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. And they're unable to move the ball forward. So second down and goal coming up now for Chatham-Kent. Down to 24 seconds left. Trying to seal it here in the last few seconds. Close football game all the way through. All the points in the second half. 5 seconds left. Second and goal for Chatham-Kent. And now another flag comes out.
Delay of game.
Delay of game now the call. So the clock stops. 2 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Sizable penalty. 10-yard delay of game. 2 seconds remaining in the fourth. Cougars up by 1. Long way from where they were, just right on the doorstep of the 1 yard line, but they've been moved back. Second and goal. And that is going to do it. That's it. It wasn't easy, and it came right down to the end, but the Cougars able to hang on for a 7-6 victory. Bantam football as the Cougars take care of the Waterloo Predators. And now Chatham-Kent evening up their record in the young season at 1-1, dropping Waterloo to 0-3 in the Bantam division, the OFC. So the Cougars, the only game of this weekend, they had the Pee-wees earlier on today, and the Pee-wees victorious. So a good Sunday here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. So 2 for 2 for Chatham-Kent today after 2 rainouts yesterday as they shake hands. So a good win for the Cougars, with Bantam is now the 4 classes of Cougars hit the road for a little while. They've had a lot of home cooking to start off this 2019 season, and by and large some good success to kick off this season for all of the classes of the Cougars. And now they'll hit the road for a little while. But a good win here for the Bantams. A close one, a 7-6 win for Chatham-Kent over Waterloo. On behalf of Jeff Brooks and everybody else with Your TV, my name is Mike Rennie. Thank you for hanging out with us and continuing coverage throughout the 2019 season of the Chatham-Kent Cougars Football Club on Your TV.